From Omro down to Mayville, from Rosendale to the Ledge, and everywhere in between, it's time to get you caught up on everything happening in the Flyway Conference. This is the Flyway Focus Sport Report, your home for the best whip-around coverage of your favorite local teams. Now, with all the latest, here's Jordan King.
Good Saturday morning to you. The Flyway Focus Sports Report is brought to you by Cole Oil Propane, providing energy solutions for Flyway Conference Communities for over 100 years. Check them out at www.coleoilandpropane.com. Big night of conference hoops last night across the Flyway, and there were three great, tight games decided at the buzzer. Laconia had a chance to tie Springs and send the game to overtime. Laconia's Cash Farrell went to the line down 3 with just 0.3 of a second left. Farrell hit the first, intentionally missed the second, and the rebound went to sophomore Mason Langenfeld, who tipped it back up. It rattled around the rim but would not fall, and the Ledgers survived. Springs got into the bonus early in the second half. Once they were in the bonus, they shot 7 for 10 from the stripe, helping clinch the game there. Noah Mowell was a big part of that. He made 4 of those 7 free throws. Coach Kyle Krieger says Mowell is exactly who he wants at the line in those spots.
Well, I'll tell you what, if we're in a free throw situation, the guy I want at the line is Noah Mowell. You know, last year he shot 75%. As a sophomore, it was like 70. I think he's close to 80 right now. I mean, he can shoot the ball even with all those muscles, you know, and free throws, he's very good.
Point guard Ben Baker finished with 9 for Springs, but he was also tasked with trying to slow down Cash Farrell. Farrell is listed at 6'3", Baker listed at just 5'10". Baker says he had to try to speed Farrell up.
I'm a scrappy defender, so I try getting the deflections and all that and trying to get him moving quick so he doesn't know what to do.
Springs gets the 67-65 win and stays unbeaten in the Flyway. As I mentioned, Mowell with 20, Emmett Hune had 13, Braden Freund, an X-factor off the bench, he had 16. Laconia got 19 from Ethan Pino and 18 from Nick Blank. In Lemira, the Lions found themselves down early. They trailed 13-4 before Jackson Gable and Blake Stager got it going. The pair combined for 20 points in the first half, build a halftime lead of 9 for Lemira. Gable hit 2 threes in the first half and got his team fired up. He says the team needs to realize they can compete in these kinds of games.
Didn't come out very strong at all. We got down early, but we know that if we bring the energy every single night, we can compete with anybody, even without Jake on the floor. And that's what led our run to come back, and obviously I got going a little bit there in the first half, and the rest of the game, that kind of just flowed from there.
Lemira missed free throws down the stretch to leave the door open for WLA. Gannon Schwartz got a look from the right corner for 3 at the horn. That would have tied it. It was too strong, and the Lions got the 60-57 win. Schwartz, another monster night for him, as is becoming the usual. 31 for him in the loss. Mayville also survived at the buzzer. The Cards got their first conference win of the season, 56-53 against Campbellsport. Luke Pendowski had a chance to tie it, but his 3 rattled off the back iron. Talon Meyer led Mayville with 16. There were multiple Mayville players in double figures, something Meyer says helps the team.
It's really nice to have, a lot of teammates who can score. If I'm driving down the lane and I can just kick to some other guys who I know can hit the shots, it makes my job easier and everyone else's when I know that they can hit their shots.
Campbellsport and Mayville, each 1-4 in the league. Final game last night, Omro beat North Fondy 77-59. Winnebago Lutheran girls basketball was the only girls team in action last night. The Vikings got beat 70-42 by Division IV third-ranked Manitowoc Lutheran. Sylvia Sapina led the Vikings with 10. And finally, Springs hockey's winning streak is now 13. After an 8-3 win against De Pere, Armani Fisher had a hat trick, Gabe Braun had 2 goals, Austin Westergaard with a goal and 3 assists. Exciting night last night and a busy schedule today. North Fondy Springs hosts the Dave Cohen Classic Wrestling Tournament today at North Fondy. Mayville and Laconia will also compete there. Winnebago Lutheran will wrestle at the Viking Invitational at Wisconsin Lutheran. Lemira is in a dual tournament at Waukesha West. The Lions will get 5 duels today there. And finally, Campbellsport is at the Cutler Classic at New London. 6 of the 8 Flyway wrestling teams in action. Lemira's girls also wrestling today at Muskego. Campbellsport's girls are at New London. Mayville's girls basketball, the only hoops on the schedule today. They play host to St. Augustine Prep. That game tips at 2:30. And a couple of hockey games today. Springs hockey right back at it at 1 this afternoon. They host the University School of Milwaukee at the Blue Line. The Warbirds are on the road tonight at Black River Falls at 7. Made it through all that. Great night last night. Lots going on today. We'll stay on top of it here on Flyway Focus. Talk to you Monday. For the Flyway Focus Sports Report, I'm Jordan King.